Welcome back to TLT Sports, everybody. I'm about to throw you back in time. I have to shoot a quick pickup here, literally speaking to you on Thursday from a clip that we shot on Wednesday because we had some audio issues in the beginning of the clip itself. You're going to see Andre Snellings in this clip in just a second because we got into a discussion about the Eastern Conference and what is going on with certain teams. Now, because this is going up on Friday, the day you're seeing this, it doesn't account for the fact that the Hornets continued to do well, and I only think I have one loss on the season. We didn't get into them too much. We might have mentioned it. But what we did talk about was Paul George being frustrated about the team chemistry in the locker room, so what's going on with the Pacers. Isaiah Thomas saying that the team's just not that good, and what's going on with the Celtics, and also the Wizards, who are seemingly getting worse. No disrespect to John Wall. Love what I see from him every day, but he got fined, ejected, and had a rough go earlier in the week. So the clip it's saying the Eastern Conference is a disaster. It's just a few teams because teams like the Hornets and the Cavs look phenomenal. Bulls look off to a good start, too. We talked about that earlier. So we're going to jump into it. Here's Andre and I from yesterday discussing the Eastern Conference. Enjoy.
As you mentioned, it's really those three teams that are unhappy with where they are, the Celtics, the Wizards, and the Pacers. But if you look at the Eastern Conference as a whole, they're actually not really doing so bad. I mean, like if you look at it, they have the same number of teams 500 and better as the West. Mm-hmm. The West has one extra 500 team.
Correct.
But they both have the same number of one-loss teams. I mean, it's as a whole they're competitive. What it is the teams that maybe some expected to be better aren't at the top of the list. And I mean, obviously you have to throw in the caveat it's 6-7 games, so things change in a hurry. I mean, even the Celtics, they're 3-3. They win one game, they jump up to fourth in the conference. So a lot of it is it's early. But teams like the Wizards, in some ways, or the Pacers, maybe they're too, I don't know, maybe they're too top heavy in a league that seems to be going more towards these kind of team-based approaches. Like you mentioned, the Hawks beat the Cavs last night. The Hawks kind of look about like they've looked these last couple years where they weren't supposed to be that good, but you look up and they're in first, second, or third in the conference.
5-2. Yeah, third.
Yeah, I mean, so they're right there at 5-2. The Raptors, they're 4-2. Maybe the Charlotte Hornets, that was a team that last year they snuck into the playoffs, and I think when we discussed it, we had them on the bubble. But, they're 5-1. So maybe it's not so much that the Eastern Conference is struggling. It's just a few of the teams that we thought might be good. Maybe they're not as good as some of the others.
It's interesting you point that out because the Hornets, yes, off to a good start. The only team in the conference that is what you can call streaking with 3 straight wins, again, as of Wednesday. Who knows what happens by Friday. The other interesting point I wanted to point out is that the Pacers and the Pistons are undefeated at home but cannot find a win on the road. Their life dependent on it. Now, defending your home court is important. I've always said a great formula is, win 75% of your home games, win 50% of your road games. You're going to the playoffs and you're probably in good position to do well. Right? Last year we saw the Spurs win every one of their home games except for one of them. This year they've already lost 2. Just thought that was interesting from this year's. But I'm saying the Pistons are another team, well coached. They get Reggie Jackson back this week. Is he back or he just started practicing again? Is that correct?
He just started practicing again.
Started practicing again, so it's promising going forward for the Pistons. So it seems like, at least your perspective of it is fair. It's not so much that the Eastern Conference is a disaster. No reason to sound the alarm bells. The teams that we thought would be off to a great start simply haven't gotten to that point yet. I just thought it was so interesting that these quotes and these comments from their star players usually don't want to see that. That's usually not a good sign when you have Paul George being obviously frustrated. It's not like you're Anthony Davis. You haven't gotten a win yet, and you might be clawing at the wall going, can we please get me out of here? At any cost, I will do anything. I'll go to the Nets. I'll go to Brooklyn. Send me to...
And low-key, Brooklyn is actually competitive.
And
they're a half game out of the playoffs right now.
They keep burning me. I do the handicap of the NBA column, and 2 straight weeks I was like, Brooklyn's not that good. I don't believe this. They're supposed to be getting blown out, and they keep covering the spread. It's driving me crazy. I'm the definition of the I will not get burned 3 straight weeks, so I'm just not going to bet on that game after the third. So I can't get burned. Again, interesting stuff out of the Eastern Conference. I just thought the quotes in themselves with Paul George, with Isaiah Thomas, John Wall being ejected and the Wizards, that whole situation, I would hope
Can you do the John Wall dance?
I do remember the John Wall. I love it.
I want to see you pull it out on the air.
Here's a throwback. We got like a couple seconds remaining, so let's go back. Let's go back in time. Mark Jackson had one of the best celebrations.
Oh, yeah.
They were showing this on NBA TV, and I forgot about it altogether. They were talking about great celebrations, and someone mentioned, I think it might have been Chris Webber, said, "Oh, yeah, don't count out Mark Jackson." It's like, man, that guy was good at celebrating. Oh, that shake was good. So
on my team, me and my partner Jason, actually, not you, but a different Jason, we used to do that celebration. We'd slap high fives and then do the Mark Jackson shimmy.
It's great. It's amazing, especially when he gets really, really into it. Mark Jackson, fun player to watch too. The Pacers could use Mark Jackson back. You know, he can still probably ball. What is Mark Jackson?
General.
Yeah, the floor. Yeah, they can use him. They'll bring him back. Bring back Reg. Sign them all out of retirement. They can make a comeback. I'm interested to see what happens with the Eastern Conference going forward. We are almost 10% of the way through the NBA season. That's sad. That makes me very upset. That means there's only 90% left, so that's a lot to look forward to. All right, so comment below, like, favorite, subscribe to the channel. I plugged Andre in the beginning of the channel, so I don't get to plug him at the end of the channel. Of course, at Professor DRZ, hoopslab.rotowire.com. Good stuff over there. Please check it out. At TYT Sports, we'll be back soon. We'll be back probably next week with some more Jason Andre clips. There's just too many good NBA storylines to talk about. We'll see you then.